Yo,
Ravens.
so what's up? So what's up? What's good? The
Yeah, man.
Blackbird game, test run, but we're gonna make it do because we got a lot to unpack.
That's right, man. It's the first of many
Right.
uh collaboration. Fresh Life, Eyeofhorus, Taurus, Ravens Flock, Ravens Nation, man, was good. Uh, lot of topics to run down because it's heavy in the off season, and I also wanted to get your viewpoint, bruh, on how what were your feelings uh before draft, before Hollywood trade, and what was your feelings after Hollywood trade, after the draft towards the team?
Hey, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of mixed up because I knew for sure I was 99% sure Greg Roman was done
Wow.
out of here, son. And I got thrown for a loop when Wink was gone, but then once I thought about it, I understood. Like we ain't had no pass rush for 3 years.
Yeah.
That's not Ravens football. And it just started. It started with Dean Pease
Yeah.
because he used he would just design exotic blitz packages from out of nowhere, and then that's what Wink started doing.
Right.
And Rex didn't play that. Neither did Chuck Pagano. Chuck Pagano like pass rusher.
Right. I remember Rex actually being pretty vocal the few times he's been on air in games we done lost with defense. So I thought it was going to be a big upgrade when he came to coach the linebackers, but you know
What you talking
everything.
about? Where Rob came in
Yeah,
because they used the same playbook because they used their father's playbook.
yeah,
See, like I've come to learn, like these they don't do a lot of individual type deals. You know what I'm saying? Like they come from like a coaching tree.
right.
You could tell Belichick's coaching tree, Andy Reid's coaching tree, and all that, and they're not going to veer from it. But I find it strange that Harbaugh is. I'm gonna come off. You'll understand where I'm coming from. Harbaugh is an excellent coach, but not X's and O's.
Right.
He's a leader of men. That's what kept his job. He know how to maximize
The best out of his
potential and
players.
get the best out of the player as far as getting the morale and getting players to buy in. It's
Yeah,
not it wasn't going to work. Ray Lewis gave in early because it's Ray. But
right.
it took Ed a while until they had that mutiny thing, that locker room brawl type deal. They got beefing in there. From what I heard, they got beefing in there. It was a divided locker room. But then it was Ray, and then who else on the team at the time? Was it not Chris Canty? It was some. It was
But Bernard Pollard.
him and Harbaugh didn't get along.
Right. But I know
So
that was around the time though that it wasn't so discreet or limited in what information you heard coming from the Ravens. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Players was able to speak out without having to get shamed, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Because they get coached the fuck up now. You know what I'm saying? At least
right.
from what I've seen. Because they ain't. It was one thing I heard a while ago, a long time ago. But I swear I thought somebody told me this, that Ed Reed said Joe Flacco ain't had no heart or something to that pedigree. That's what I thought.
I believe it because Ed don't bite his tongue.
Yeah, yeah. So it was like John didn't want that, and like you said, he got to control the locker room. He could get players to buy in. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
I can see why he ain't had no heart. Cause when we played Denver that first game and he threw that pick six, he looked defeated as hell, bro. I was like, you don't get this, cause for real, Marcus Smith was supposed to start.
Yeah,
He beat Flacco for that starting job.
yeah.
He got sick. He had tonsillitis, and never recovered from that shit.
Mm. Damn, I know all that.
Cause yeah, Marcus Smith was Tyrod Taylor before Tyrod Taylor.
Marcus Smith. Was it? You mean Troy Smith?
No, it was the quarterback, Marcus Smith.
It might be Troy Smith though. Number 11.
Yeah, Troy Smith. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. No, I'm
Cause you
fine. I'm
got
with you.
Troy Smith, you got Troy. Yeah, 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 yeah,
I was
yeah,
rooting
yeah,
for
yeah,
him.
yeah,
That was the
yeah.
one Ohio State QB that I thought was going to work out, but ever since then I haven't seen none work out. So Justin Fields. Just a little side note. I don't know what he going to do, but yeah, bro, I'm with you. Troy Smith. I didn't know that's what
He
happened
was
though with him.
supposed to start because they ran. Remember they ran that play where he threw the ball to Joe.
Yeah, yeah,
Joe
yeah,
Carr.
yeah.
He almost
It was like
dropped it.
Lamar, and it was literally reminiscent of when Lamar and Joe had that situation.
Right, but Joe threw a had a lot more enthusiasm.
Yeah, yeah, and this is what pissed me off with him with Lamar. He wasn't having that enthusiasm.
Right, everybody knew that he was just out there playing the dummy.
Yo, that made me so mad, man.
Like, this is what happened. So it threw him by a loop. Um, him, Dennis Pitter,
Right?
and well, the whole Wolf Pack. I ain't even gonna go through their
Yeah,
names. The whole Wolf Pack was in his basement, man cave, and they got shot because it was like, yeah, they got Hayden Hurst. They drafted Hayden Hurst for Joe. They
yes,
drafted Hayden
facts,
Hurst. They got
facts.
John Brown because they wanted to get a deep threat. They got him for Hayden Hurst, and they got a Crabtree for like a big play guy. But end up having a better connection with Crabtree than Joe did. So simple fact that Crabtree wasn't always getting the first team reps. That was John Brown.
Yep.
John Brown, Dennis Pitter.
And honestly, it's crazy how we got like in the moment when we see things, we of course we view it one certain way, but once time passes and you look back on it, it's completely different. Because if you go look at the stats for Dennis Pitta, he really wasn't that nice compared to Mark Andrews. He really wasn't that nice, but he made big
But
plays though.
he came up. He had better hands.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
That's what kept him because
Right.
for real, Dennis Dixon was supposed to have that starting
Yeah,
job.
yeah,
Dixon didn't get that starting job because of him.
yeah. He had. They called him Stone Hands, man.
Right. Because of him. But
Yeah.
once he got that ball, he's taking it to the house.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he get it.
Yeah,
You
man.
couldn't throw and he hate if you throw a straight beam line or in the numbers, he was good. You throw this shit outside, this is going out of bounds. It's going to tip off it. I said, look, this nigga here, yo.
Yeah, man. Bro, it was rough
Yo,
days then, man. It was rough days, man.
yo. I'm gonna tell you, but to answer your question, before the draft, I was like, I don't know. I said, when we drafted, some reason likely I think likely outside of Hamilton, likely was the best pick. And he's starting to prove in training camp why I say he's the best pick. If you look at his tape, this dude's not a receiver, yo. People
Right.
trying to pass him as I mean, not a receiver. He's not a tight end. He's a wide
Yeah,
receiver.
right,
He doesn't play like a tight end. He's just tall.
right. Yeah,
Because I'm gonna tell you why. Then if he's not a wide receiver, we didn't went and got a undrafted dude, the dude out of what's his name?
you talking about Oregon?
Was it Oregon? That dude 6'5",
Yeah, Oregon.
likely 6'4", 250,
Yeah, he's
240. He's
tall
11 pounds lighter than DK, heavier than DK Metcalf,
and he's fluid, man.
and he's fluid. But that's just because of you come to college, you're gonna be a little bit heavier. You're gonna be lighter or heavier. There's no in between.
Right.
Because once you start getting in the training camp, they're gonna get you to weight where they want you to be.
Right.
So he'll be by the time he get back, he'll do a military diet for 3 days. He'll be back. That was their answer for that. We like okay, because Ozzy, and this the other thing. Ozzy's still making decisions in the background. That's why he's the executive president, but nobody knows that he's the executive president. But if you go on the T website, he's listed as executive president. They was fearful, Bashada was fearful of losing Steve to the Patriots because Kraft been wanting him, and he's from New England.
Hold on. You said Steve Biscotti was worried about losing who?
Losing Eric DeCosta
Okay.
because Kraft was supposed to give him an offer that he could refuse. And
Wow.
Basadi said, no, 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 no. And
Wow.
think about it, that was smart because then Eric, he had no choice but to give away the kingdom secrets.
Wow. I did not know that.
No, I'm just saying, like, this is, and I'll be getting this stuff by passing through. I just no
No,
cap.
I'm just saying that's a hell of a bro. I would have never. I would have never.
He's from there. His wife from Baltimore, but he's from like Boston area.
I do know.
So they've been trying to get him 5 years before. They've been
Right.
trying to lure him away from the Ravens front office. And Bashada kept saying, wait, wait, kind of like how Dallas did Jared
Garrett.
Jared,
That
because we almost had him as a coach before Harbaugh,
man. I
but he
was
chose to go back there, and I'm so glad because he was hot trash, bro.
bro, and that's what I'm saying. Like as bad as I don't like John. As much as I hate his buddy system, it's
That's
definitely
his flaw.
much
That's
worse.
his flaw. Like
Mhm.
he's true to his friends, and because it's a good old boy system, bro.
Yeah,
Because if not, Rex would have said Rex because really Rex was supposed to have that coach's job. So
yeah.
he must piss somebody off to not get it.
You
Or
turn
I
off.
think Bashada wanted somebody more professional. He wanted to go the professional route because they had like because Belichick, I mean not Belichick, Billick had like well the players just did what he was a players coach.
Right.
But Scotty was like he wanted some. He did still come out and said he was looking. They wanted to look a different direction, and I think it was more so the uh the team president at the time,
The Dick Cass.
Dick Cash, was like, we need somebody going a more professional role, more because they're getting young cats in and they trying something new.
Right. Right.
So yeah, and it was like, all right, we're gonna give John a shot. He comes from a coaching crew, Randy Reed, and that's why I was alluded to. Like, why is he like he's not excellent. Oh, outside of special team now, he could coach some special team now, but
Just
he's not gonna dig in because sometimes he could have been like, man, look, give me this clipboard, yo, Greg, get your ass out on this field, come out that booth and see what's going on. 'Cause you can
yo,
see everything, but not have the feel for the game because you ain't out there. You not
bruh.
really hearing what all the dudes on the field are saying.
Every time something went wrong in the game, I swear to God, bro, that's what the fuck I was hollering. Get his ass out the fucking booth, man. Why every time the camera pan on Lamar, he's sitting by himself and ain't nobody sitting there going over with him with the plays. He looking at him by himself. I used to be so angry over that.
But at least he looks at the plays by himself and don't have a blank expression.
Who?
At least he looks at the plays by himself
Right,
and
right,
doesn't have a blank
right.
expression. Joe just sit there and look.
Oh yeah, Joe ain't give a fuck. Joe ain't give a fuck, man. Joe, that's what I'm
It
saying.
worked for him, but
Yo,
then it was his gift and his curse.
they used to make so many excuses for Joe. This is why I lost so many cool points for this dude once he showed his
And
true.
I've spent years defending this dude, yo.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, bro. I
Yo,
work for this company.
because we got a big arm now. That you can't take that away from him. But how many bullet passes he passed too hard to bounce off dude's chest? How many How many overthrows that he had? Dudes be wide open.
Geno Atkins, and I forget the other dude name. They used to, I forget, he was just on the Seattle Seahawks. I forget his damn name, but they used to destroy Joe. That the Bengals defensive line used to destroy Joe, yo.
Right, but Joe hold on to the ball too
They
long.
used to kill that man, yo.
But they kill Lamar over. He held on to the ball. I said, look, I can't I can't kill Lamar more than I killed Joe.
No.
Because we sat through some I used to have my weeks used to be terrible when we lost. And it'd be Joe. Because you get mad at Lamar, you don't act like Joe didn't have a pick. He had a strip sack and took it in. Like Palmer, you didn't took it in. He
Yeah.
cost us two before he started getting better in the playoffs. He cost us two playoffs. We
That's
were
what they
supposed
don't.
to have five championships.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they don't talk about, and this is why I forget who said it on this damn YouTube shit, but they was like nobody thought that the Ravens was going to make the Super Bowl that year. They did. I said I'm like no, I knew we the fuck did because it was no fucking way. Because every time we got there, we was inching closer every time, but we failed because Joe did something wrong. We had all the talent in wide receiver for them solid years, which is
Now, 2011 though, was Suggs was like, well, we had he took long letting us know the information of when we need to be the BWI, catch the flight to Hawaii, whatever,
mm-hmm.
because they was trying to say, well, because if we had won that, we was going to the Super Bowl instead of the Pro Bowl.
Right.
So he was like, well, this is the thing. That 2011 can't put that one on Joe. Lee Evans shouldn't drop that goddamn ball.
Right, which is why I was
And
about.
he ended up saying he ended up being depressed. He got that in his wall in his man cave of that drop because that killed his career, bro.
It did. It did.
Because he had no reason to drop that ball. They put it on. They try and put it on. What's called missing the kick.
Uh,
Uh, uh,
Dare Strain have Stover. Who the fuck was that?
shit.
Cundiff?
That's Billy Cundiff.
Cundiff?
No, it wasn't Cundiff. Was it Cundiff? Yeah.
Damn. Oh
They
man.
put that on, but here's the thing: we wouldn't have to do the field goal if he had dropped the. See, the thing I go back and watch it. See his awareness. All he had to do, he wanted to do some stuff for showboating. He had in his mind he was gonna turn around and go because it's that it's tempting to do because stakes are high in the game and you was gonna score the winning touchdown, go to the Super Bowl. But what happened? He want to turn around. As soon as he made a turn, dude was right there on his ass. Boop,
Yo,
boop, punched him.
all we needed was solid QB play and good clock management. That's all you need to beat Brady. We had every last bit of them elements,
Right,
even with
right.
John bad coaching. But all it took was a simple mistake to screw everything up.
Cause look, all he had to do was catch the ball. He could caught it with his chest,
Yeah,
stomach, and
yeah,
fall to the ground. Game over. All he had to do was catch the ball and drop to the ground. He want to turn. That's when dude fruit punched him. I watched it over and over and
bro.
over.
To this day, I don't even know how.
And that's supposed to have been the third championship. 2006 we were supposed to won it. Messed up. They couldn't score against Indy because in the Super Bowl, that Super Bowl was trash too.
Yeah,
So you messed up the opportunity there, squandered that. How you gonna go 14-2 lose? And
that was
every would score every point,
that.
and what's called. All right. So then, okay, 2000. I said 2000, not 2008. We was just supposed to go where we went.
Right.
Because Joe's first 3 years was terrible.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what I'm like. People don't talk about that like that, but He had all the tools to succeed, and we was barely scratching the playoffs at the time, man. It was because of the defense that was getting us by.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. Well, let's get to the mind now. People are like, well, we need no Ravens is going to be hardwired defense that takes dominion over everything else. That's just what it is, because that's what the owner believes. This is team. He's paying for it.
Right,
So ain't nothing to talk about. You could be mad all you want. Well, you need to go. It was a passing league. Well, this Bashada's team.
right. It
You know
is
what I'm saying?
off cookies.
So it's not you don't have no Peter Angelo, Dan Snyder type deal going on in Baltimore with not with the Ravens, and he's not going to do a lot of talking.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, you just can't have a certain outlook on a team and think it's just going to change just because you want it to change. It's not going to go
No,
like that.
that's not Ravens way.
It's not. It's not,
That's not
yo.
the Ravens way, and it ain't Pittsburgh way either.
Mm.
But no one's complaining about how Pittsburgh do the stuff.
Nope.
So then
They
after the
lost. Hold up. Let's stay on that one real fast.
okay,
They was fine with letting go of AB and Le'Veon Bell, who was at the height of their career. They was fine. A lot of Steelers fans was just fine with them going, distractions and all, because they had that much belief in their QB and their coach and what they was going to do, no matter what. That same respect don't be there for the flock sometimes, man. Because I feel like no matter what, if we got
yeah,
Lamar Jackson,
and you know what? I'm starting replacing. You know, Pittsburgh fans are annoying,
yeah,
but Cincinnati fans they on one, son.
bro,
Yo, I'm just like, bro, like I understand, like, and I have mad respect for Cincinnati,
yeah,
but I just lost it. I'm just like, yo, y'all don't know win. Can't handle winning. There's no guarantee you'll make it back to the Super Bowl again.
yo, yeah, you went there and you lost in the biggest of moments, bro. The
And
biggest of
here's the thing:
moments,
what I was trying to say, Burrow, nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm
yeah,
not gonna take that from him. He got a lot of swag, but he can't throw back shoulder to save his fucking life.
right,
He
right,
can't, because if they would won the Super Bowl by 2 touchdowns. Mind you, he missed one. The not Higgins, the tight end. He missed him, and he threw outside corner
mm,
end zone, missed him. And he
right.
missed one the chase.
You talking about Boyd? With Boyd was it
No,
Boyd?
Tyler, he missed one the boy, he missed one the
Yeah,
chase. Back shoulder throw.
yeah,
Because the second one ended up getting 3 points out of it.
right. And they
So
really shouldn't even have scored off the first quarter because that was pass interference on fucking T Higgins, but they
oh
let it
yeah, they
slide.
didn't call that either.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
didn't
So,
call that either. I forgot about that. They didn't call that. I was like, yo.
mm-hmm,
So they lost. I'm just like, look. Well, they're my favorite excuse. He did all that with no line. True, he did all that with no line, but guess what? He could throw an 8 yards slant to Jamar Chase, and he gonna take it to the hole. So
that's
when
what they
you
got
got
him for.
elite, he has 3 top 10 receivers on his fucking squad, bro. Three.
There's no
So
reason.
so so it's no reason.
A
So
high powered
even if you had
offense.
no line, because here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers didn't have a line for years, but they still won because he had Donald Driver. He had Randall Cobb.
What's the other
And
dude?
what's the
Greg
dude?
Jennings. Greg
Greg
Jennings.
Jennings about to say, Old Spice dude.
Mm-hmm.
Greg, it's gonna come soon. I say Old Spice, then his name pop
Yeah,
in my head. So
yeah.
yeah, they had him. He
Young
ain't all
Devontae
that, but
Adams.
he made it work.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they
man.
get Aaron Rodgers all this praise, but he ain't did shit. They ain't won nothing since 2013 or
Four.
29 or something.
I got you on this one. Four MVPs. Four MVPs. One ring.
Yeah.
How many times do you need to be MVP of the league What is that showing at this point?
They're showing favoritism. Yeah,
Exactly. Like you winning all these MVPs, then by I mean that should equal a Super Bowl at some point.
right.
Some point. That's
Right.
Super Bowl that you were just referred to. When was that? 08?
Oh, 09.
09?
No, 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 no. It was 13 because '09 was the Saints Super Bowl.
Man, it was at least a decade ago. We can give
It
him that.
was a minute. He went to one. Unless
Yeah.
it was '07. It might be '08. I'll have to look it up.
Either way, it's been a while, man. It's been
Man,
a
it's been a
while, and all
while.
you keep producing is MVP.
And let me tell you something. I used to live in Green Bay.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you something. You don't see Aaron Rodgers if it ain't game day at practice at all.
I believe it.
I used to hang out
I believe it.
at Charles Wilson. His two younger his two brothers owned a bar in Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Ran a bar, and one of them is my large brother. Like not literally sense, but he was a mason. He was trying to become one. Now he a worse for master. Now he done passed me. I was like, damn.
Right.
But anyway, like it was said, they don't see Aaron Rodgers, and
Right.
people around local, they don't see Aaron Rodgers. He don't come out. He stay
That's
to himself. Him and that dog, and and his homeboy. What's that? The linebacker name? He over there. That's the only one who used to come over there. Not Hawk, but what's the other one name? Had the long hair. That was his buddy.
damn. Ain't he on the podcast with
Yeah, yeah.
his name?
Pat McAfee.
Damn, what is his name? I know you're talking about though.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
he have a name.
Him and Aaron. That's why they talk about Aaron Rodgers on there so much.
Right.
That's his boy.
Yeah.
That's the only time he come out. If he got to do a charity event, press release. That's it.
That's crazy, man.
That's it.
But he lied to the public though. He lied
Yeah,
to
yeah. Because he could do that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And another thing with Green Bay, you see all these people. That's Native American country right there. You don't see it on TV, but they
Wow.
in the stands giving you that popcorn.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know a whole lot of stuff. Like the Midwest, bro, it's a different animal, bro. It is a different animal.
Wow.
I'm used to Baltimore, DC, Philly,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now
New
now
York. I used to West Philly. I'm used to
yeah,
East Baltimore. Yeah, Northeast, DC. I'm through there, but the Midwest cats are different.
yeah, I man.
But that's
I
another
drove
podcast.
yeah, I about to say
But yo,
I
that's
drove
it's
through there,
different.
but
But yo, I'm gonna tell you something. I feel better now not getting a receiver in it because you want to replace Hollywood with a veteran. You shouldn't replace them with someone and come out the because you don't know what you're gonna get, and then you got all these high expectations. You set yourself up. I said, look, if we're not gonna get DJ Metcalf
right,
or Scary Terry, then we don't need them
right,
because we good because for real we wasted away Duvernay for real like Duvernay is better than Hollywood
yeah,
now,
absolutely. First
and
off,
people think I'm crazy, but no, let me finish.
no, you good, bro, you good.
Look. And the reason why I say that is because his hands better, he runs better routes, and I'm not saying he's faster, but he's just as fast. He's thicker. He could get off of press coverage. But football is politics. Because guess what? They spent the first round draft pick on Hollywood. So he got to get those reps. And the margin is not like his hair head over shoulders better. If you're not head over shoulders better than the next person,
Right,
then you're not gonna get that burn unless you're second round and above. But your
right,
first round pick, they're gonna give you all the chance because you have to work. because there people's jobs on the line from you picking and somebody else getting a position over that number one draft pick.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's why somebody got in trouble. Somebody got in trouble with Matt Elam didn't work out.
Uh, Man, you know, honestly, I feel like that should have been. Uh, a lot of people don't like Matt Elam, but I feel like that should have fell on John Harbaugh because he wasn't
I think he didn't get the chance to develop.
exactly. And the only reason I'm saying that, everybody may have their own reasons for it, but the only reason I'm saying that is because after Matt Elam, he wasn't the only player that he didn't speak out, but it became a few more players that actually had somebody speak out from their camp and say they aren't being played in the right way, how they're supposed to be, and how they were from college. Most recently, that I can remember, Kamalea Correa, they said his mom tweeted about John and how he was always Correa was always getting sacks in college, but when he played with the team, he wasn't getting that many. You know what I'm saying? Because of however the scheme was going. Now I don't know if Wink was still under the team by then, but I know for a fact under Dean Pease, that defense was horrible, and everybody wanted to blame Matt Elam. But look at the safety play that we had after Matt Elam. It was not. It was an inconsistent spot for until Kyle Hamilton just recently. You could say Earl Thomas, but Earl Thomas was a big name signing, but
Earl Thomas had his moments, but he was on that fuck bullshit. I'm gonna be
that's
honest.
what I'm saying. Like it was a big name signing, but what we got,
I'm gonna be honest. He took plays off. This dude gonna say, "Well, I'm gonna be late to practice. I gotta wash my car." Like he got
I
CTE or
didn't know all that.
something.
I did not know all that.
Yeah, that's public knowledge, man.
Damn.
And the cats in the locker room was like, "Yo, let's get this nigga out of here, yo."
Yeah, nah, I heard about that. I heard
Now,
some rumblings in
that
the
was
locker
one of
room.
the reasons because
Wow.
that wasn't the first time Brandon Williams was gonna go side his head, bro. That wasn't
Yeah.
the
I
first
didn't
time.
know what
That's
that
when
was about.
it got to a ball, but that wasn't the first time it was supposed to get go on his head.
Yeah, I didn't know
And
what the
that wasn't the
details
first.
on that
And then
was.
some other like me and you do disagree on Chuck Clark. I like Chuck Clark's game though.
Hey man,
He's smart. Now he not gonna get there every time, but he's smart.
you know,
He just ain't gonna get there because look, Queen ain't ready to wear that green dot. That's not him.
yeah, yeah,
I was like, why you draft him? Like you could see him come at LSU. He's not a Mike. He's a will linebacker.
yeah.
You supposed to let him eat like what they used to do with Bullware.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Ray was the smart one.
Well, I don't know what they was expecting out the Queen and Harrison duo. Then, if that's what you're saying,
From what I hear, and I like Queen from what I hear, Harrison has his football knowledge a little bit more, and I'm a little bit better than Queen.
I know he got more of a hit impact than
Yeah,
Queen does here and there, but and he shed blocks and stuff. But yeah, I'm hoping they have a good year too. But to go on for what you were saying about Chuck Clark, but I honestly, a lot of shit I be saying it just because I like talking shit. But
right.
in reality,
I do too.
I'll be real crucial to these players. Don't get me wrong, but all 22 films. Shouts out to all 22 films, man. He was a big fan. He's a big fan of Chuck Clark. So I used to get on him too and try to not call him out, but call like if Clark had a bad game, I was going to 22. Like you know what I'm saying? Like come on, man, get your boy. You know, what bothered me about Clark is I didn't care that he was drafted. That's none of that. It was the fact that it was so much praise upon him from Earl Thomas to even most recently Deshaun Elliott. And every time I would see him out on the field, we getting killed, and it's in his area. I'm like, yo, dude, how are you this genius? And every time we turn around, you blowing coverage, or it's a disconnect in that area.
I think
Something.
it's a disconnect. It's a disconnect because that happened. That would happen when we still had Marlon and Peters on the field.
Mm-hmm.
and it's a blown assignment.
Right.
But
So that's what I'm
see,
saying. But if
but
he got the green dot, shit, who is
he's supposed to be directing them.
right?
Now it's up to the players to know where to go,
Right.
but he's supposed to be directing them. But you don't direct Marcus Peters. Peters does
No.
what he wants to do.
Right. Right. Yeah, you gotta let him feast,
You gotta
man.
let him cook. When he's
Yeah, man.
slapping somebody, that's
Yeah.
just it's not. You just don't do that.
Yeah,
But
man. Yeah. Clark is cool. I just get his over.
overall, I see what you were saying though with it, but I'd rather have Clark there than Earl Thomas.
No,
At least,
hell yeah, yeah,
at
yeah,
least
yeah. Of course, of
Clark
course,
is going to at
of
least
course.
tackle.
I'll
He's
give you
man.
that.
He makes Earl makes business decisions.
Yeah, I give you that all day. I ain't.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Sean Elliott thing hurt. That hurt me though.
You know,
That
my
hurt.
it's crazy. Honestly, God, I wish my little brother was here. When he was drafted, my little brother's a big long Texas Longhorns fan. I'm talking about big where before I knew about Kevin Durant, he knew about Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That type shit. So he told me Deshaun Elliott, he's a good hitter, but bro, he's like, bro, he's not good in pass games. So I kind of
And
knew what to
so
expect.
pretty much Deshaun Elliott was playing what he was playing. He's a box safety. Hey, that's cool.
You know, so I knew what to expect, but I would have rather him over Clark if that's what we would if we was just gonna ultimately keep Clark. And now that we got Hamilton, whether or not they did that intentionally or did that because the player that they was trying to get was already taken, I don't know. But now that they got Hamilton, I'm like, what is the point of Clark then? We're not, clearly not keeping him for the future. So why is he still?
I think they should keep him
Mm-hmm.
because the injury bug was that was ridiculous, yo.
It was, man. I don't know. I can come up with so many conspiracy theories over that one, but I,
Yo, it's yeah. You know, NFL's like WWE, bro.
yeah. So I'm like, I don't know what to
Because
make
they
of that.
and then he went down after like the stuff. It's like it's real impact, it's real hits, but then it's staged for certain people.
Yeah, because I thought it was
And
weird when Lamar said he was just fine, and then one of them games he was out with COVID. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's
yeah, look, matter of fact, since you mentioned Lamar, every week it's either they comparing him with Kyler Murray or Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. Well, mostly it's Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray can't even shine his shoes.
Deshaun Watson?
I'm gonna give you another point. If you ask the average person who was better, Deshaun Watson or
Ah, I
Josh
see.
Allen, who would they say is better?
Josh Allen, probably. I would
I
assume.
think I was thinking 50-50. I think a lot of cats I know would say Deshaun Watson. But here's the thing: Lamar's head over heels better than Deshaun.
Absolutely.
Deshaun know how to now he's a magic man in the pocket. I'll give him that.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Getting away
throw
from
pretty he
pressure.
throw pretty he throws a pretty short to medium range football
Right.
accurate. I'll give him that.
He
But
reminds.
but
He
he
rem-
holds on to the ball too long too. And that's why we tear his ass up every time we play Houston.
Yo, I was about to say he reminds me of a somewhat quicker Cam Newton. Um,
Josh Allen is white Cam Newton.
yeah, he's more of a
Splitting
Cam
in.
Newton than what the hell's his name? Deshaun Watson is to me. Deshaun Watson, you had
Deshaun Watson
problems.
is a melanated Aaron Rodgers. I'm serious. I'm
He's
hey,
the product of what you would get if Aaron Rodgers was definitely on the AFC, which isn't a lot of wins. because that type of that is the type of style of play where you're not going to last long in the league. That shit that Deshaun Watson does. That
Right.
last minute, let me try to scurry around, heave it up to DeAndre Hopkins, who you don't have no more.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Why? But then after I answer this, I'm gonna answer this question. All right. So you tell me this. If 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 Josh Allen could be almost in a bus carrier, they would almost label him a bus.
Yeah,
The only ones that still had hope was Colin Coward, um, 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 because Skip Bayless was starting to put him in the bus category.
yeah, I can see
Who
how though.
was Chris Sims? Chris Sims taking up for him.
Mm-hmm.
It
Florio,
was
of course.
only like three people, and
Yeah,
then they got Stephon Diggs. Now everybody jumped on his train.
yeah,
Oh, he worked on his quarterback coach and all that. Bro, all these players, even Aaron Rodgers, they have a quarterback coach that they work with every single year because they professionals. So you
right.
ain't a professional if you ain't always trying to get better. I don't care if you're 51 playing football.
Facts.
Tom Brady has the best joint. He's
Right,
always working with him.
right,
Tell Tom, keep your elbow out.
right.
Yeah, all that. But see, the thing is that, and I heard this week, it's apparent everything they label Josh Allen as and
Yeah,
done. Lamar has been doing it.
yeah.
Oh, he could make more with less. Really. You had Cole Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders, and Stephon Diggs.
Uh, uh,
We
uh
had no receiver in their category that could even compete.
and the agent, Kelvin Benjamin. I
Yeah.
don't know what that was about, but yeah, they had him at 1.2. But yeah, he had a lot. He had a lot more weapons than Lamar.
Lot. But he was talking when he hadn't did it. Well, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you can see that. I actually watched these dudes play.
Honestly, I think last season was probably his best season he's probably ever going to have. I wholeheartedly believe that because if the best y'all could do was beat us and then lose, right?
Hmm.
Y'all got there again last year and lost as well. You're
And
not
I'm
going
gonna
to.
tell you, last year, if Lamar didn't get concussed, we probably came back and won that game.
Yeah.
It's only was 17-3 because Lamar
Yep.
picked six. But
Yep.
you wouldn't have that pick six if Cass was catching the ball.
Yep. Willie
You
Snead,
see, because here's the thing:
Seth Roberts.
you're going to
No, that wasn't.
interception is going to happen eventually. Well,
Yeah.
I don't care how good you are because there's only so many opportunities. You only
Right.
get 6 inches of separation on the average time. If
Right.
you open wide open any other time, it's because the cover's blown,
Right.
or you had too long and you had too, or the quarterback had too much time in the pocket. Because you're
Right.
not going to beat somebody scrambling around. The
Uh.
defense can't. You can't put a corner on an island. I don't care if you got the best corners in the universe.
Yeah. Somebody gonna get
After 5 seconds in there,
somebody
no, you can't
lost. Somebody gonna
because
get
you
lost.
running scramble drills. You can't compete with a scramble drill.
Yep.
So we
Mark
had
Andrews
that.
too. Mark Andrews too pissed me off in that game too because he when they went back and showed the film on some of these videos out there, Andrews still does it. He was rounding off his routes, and that last play where Lamar threw that interception towards the dude Tavon whatever his name Teron Johnson
Yeah,
towards the end, he ran it back like literally he's I think it might have been 22 or films, I forget who it was, but instead of running a little out, Andrews ran straight and Lamar was expecting him to turn and threw it straight right to the
yeah,
defender.
but they was thinking he was trying to throw the Hollywood.
Right, yes,
Hollywood was in that area.
yeah, something went
But
wrong. No,
see, Hollywood, they was in it, and see, that's another thing with Greg Roman. His route
that's
concept
yeah,
sucks because he has his, because that happened 3 times that season where Lamar would try to throw it to somebody and somebody else would get it because it looked like he was trying to throw he'll look like he was trying to throw it to Willie Snead and Seth
Right,
Roberts would get it or something because they
right.
would be right there. Either one of them can get it, but that's because our route concepts are too close together. So I noticed this year with T Martin, the route
Yeah, man.
concepts are further apart.
They got to, man. And
Cause
this is their second year working with Bateman, right?
right,
You know what I'm saying? So they a little more familiar. I think they help Bateman game a lot. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So that's why I'll be feeling
Bateman's
like
Bateman's a stud, but we need a 50-50 dude. Like he could do it, but Bateman is like a Bateman's is like a Stephon Diggs type dude.
it's true.
It's
It's,
not as fast, but
he's a possession
we need
receiver.
dogs. We need dogs.
Yeah. Well, I know at least.
He's gonna be better, and he's gonna be like a Landry 2.0 type.
Yeah, yeah. I know
But
at the
we
very
need
least.
dogs.
Yeah.
Hollywood, I like Hollywood, but he was that was some whack shit he pulled. That was
No,
whack, bro.
I tried to tell people, bro,
That was whack.
some people felt like I was going too hard on them. But my thing is the only reason I had respect, the little respect I did for Hollywood was through the strength of Lamar because clearly Lamar wanted him on the team.
Right.
Clearly
But
that's Lamar
but
road
Lamar
dog.
learned a valuable lesson. Your buddies, sometimes you can go harder than your boys will go harder for you. So pretty much you're not as high on the pecking order of his best friends than you thought you was. So
Yep,
Tyler has way more esteem in he might be his second best friend ever.
yep. You know, it's
He might
showing.
be his third or
It's
fourth, because Hollywood said he had four best friends.
bro.
And he said Tyler and Lamar was one of them, and then
Yep,
he didn't name the other two.
yep.
So he said, "Well, Tyler, how you gonna make him better?" And Tyler Murray's 5'8", 5'9". You could barely see him. How you
Bro,
gonna make him? No, he was going Cliff Kingsbury offense. All he has to do is run motion all day, and they scheme him open.
yeah, he didn't want to do no
And,
dirt.
and Steve Smith
He didn't want to do no
call him
dirty
out
work.
because he's taller than Steve Smith, and then Steve Smith could break coverage. Let Steve Smith have Lamar
Steve Smith
in
was the number one
2014.
receiver. But that's what I'm saying. So people try to say Hollywood didn't have the opportunities. Hollywood didn't do this. Hollywood, it was the scheme. It was this. It was that. And then that's a whole other situation. But let's just speak on Steve Smith, like you said. He had Jake Delhomme as his QB. Jake Delhomme as his QB, and he was the number one wide receiver at the time. I think it was Musha Muhammad who might have been number one, but once
Bush
Musha
man,
was, once he
yes
was
it
out of
was.
there, Steve
It
was
was
taking over,
last
man.
run. Yeah. So it's a lot of things. It's like now Lamar got flaws, but they
Yeah,
all do. They all do. So that's why it's not any bigger than what Patrick Holmes is not accurate.
no, that's why they got the QBs. I mean, the wide receivers that they got,
That's
Tyreek,
what I'm saying.
Eric
That's why he
Reed.
might two arms just jacked up, but
Yo,
he
they
might
on.
be off. So a receiver is not gonna lie because people think Patrick Mahomes made Hill. Hill made Patrick Mahomes
No,
because we them first two games we played them, we supposed to have won both of those games. But he got two top dogs, him and Kelsey, that will go and get it.
yo, when I,
Because that first game we should have won that. That was over.
yeah,
But he just heaved it up because
last
Mosley had him running not Mosley shit
was it Queen?
um um
Was it Queen?
no, I'm talking about first time we played in Arrowhead. I'm not Mosley. Judon had him running out of
Oh,
bounds,
shit.
and that's what he threw it, and he ran, and it got through. It got through. He just faster than everybody else, because that was supposed to have been a pick. They was on him, but they were just a hair faster. So
It was a spectacular play, and
it was an excellent play,
that was it.
and we still would have won if Stanley didn't miss that block. Lamar had dude wide open for a touchdown, but Stanley missed the block, so that's how he got strip sacked at the end.
It was it was a
Am I
lot.
lying or not? Is his cat? I mean, somehow was wide open. I know where he was going at.
Yeah, man. I want to get back on that Hollywood situation too because
Well, let's go.
uh my thing was like how you mentioned he said Kyler was the person that made him better. I'm like, dude, it seemed if all this is true, it seemed as if Lamar was doing his damnedest to make sure you was here. People made up excuses saying, "Oh, he wasn't getting he didn't get the it was a scheme, it was Roman, it was this, it was that." Lamar's playing under the same situation. Lamar is literally playing. All these players are playing under the same situation, the same coaching. It's all unfair. You know what I'm saying? But not one of them jumped ship. I don't remember the last time any wide receiver ever said what Hollywood said and didn't back it up or asked for a trade. I've never seen that from the Ravens flock ever, ever. Other than I could see maybe a player like Yannick Ngakwe or something like that doing something like that, but not somebody that we just drafted wanting out because of a scheme when he asked for the ball more. That year he had 100 targets. The next year he had 146. You got the ball more.
I'm gonna tell you what. But see, here's the thing: people don't read in the between the lines because they don't know. They don't know how. Like me and you, we might can read into how these young brothers think.
Mm-hmm.
They just take it from face value and then try to insinuate stuff. I was like, look, this the dialogue of what happened. Lamar, yeah, know he went out. He know,
Right.
but he told Lamar, man, I'm thinking about leaving. And he was like, man, stay, yo. You X, Y, and Z. Like, all right, I'll think about it, man. And he was like, all right, I'll stay or whatever. And then you know how like, all right, I'll do it. And then somebody else call you the next month, man, you coming to what?
Right.
Man, bumping, I'm gone, yo. And that's what happened.
Right.
Cause he was probably like to the last minute, he couldn't decide last minute until
Right.
Kyler called him because guess what? And that's another thing. If he's homeboys like that, and to be honest, I could believe he's better friends with Kyler than Lamar
If you
because
see
they're two
on
different people.
media, if
Kyler's a gamer. Um, Hollywood is a gamer.
they both together,
Lamar is way more
right.
hood, and if you look at him, Lamar is way more hood than Hollywood. Lamar is a dude that move off principle. Hollywood is a dude that move off circumstance.
Damn, that was well said, well put.
That's
Well,
why when okay, like we grew up hood or whatever, but we're men that we handle our own business and we
right.
move about principle. We not in these streets, but we know what the streets is about. That's why
Right.
we're not in them now. So
Right.
we move on principle. A lot of people that's not in our community is not going to understand that.
Right.
It's a principle. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody, his mom had teach him, and not because his mom was a single mom by choice. He lost his mom and granddad and grandmom on the same day. So she had to take over.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're trying to do is trying to separate him from his mom so they can get their access.
Right.
And that's what's killing them. Like that dude, Mike Florell, that's a foul dude, yo.
Yeah.
That dude is foul.
If you look at every one of his thumbnail pictures, he look evil as fuck every time, man.
And right. Me and him went to it. I was made a comment. I was like, yo, that's a shit take. And he was just like, he said something dumb and put a shit emoji. my name, whatever. I was like, well, damn, I'm surprised you even respond to me. Well, okay. I was like, but look, his and he's a lawyer and former agent and all that, so he's pro agent, and they mad because these agents leak vital information and you
Yep,
can't get it from them all.
yep.
So they're gonna say what if they can't control your narrative, what they do?
Make one
They
for
create they make one for you. So it's it come to a point in time where Lamar could just go out here win MVP and Super Bowl and then still say he can't throw. And most of the games that he won, guess why? He used to make them throws darts outside of the pocket,
nobody talks about.
outside of the numbers. But he can't throw outside of the numbers. But I could find 30 minutes of film of Lamar throwing outside of the numbers. We came back in that game against the Chargers on his first playoff game,
Yeah,
he was throwing outside of the numbers.
you
That's
had.
what brought us back. The Crabtree. Him and Kraft's like, okay, yo, let's go get it. If they started opening up their playbook a little bit, and then Marty Morningway was trash too.
Yeah, it's
So if they started opening that playbook up at the beginning of the second half, we probably would won that jump by a touchdown. Because San Diego is not built like that. Because
no.
all what
Right.
Belichick did, Belichick took our whole defense verbatim, ran cover zero, and beat the shit out of them. I was like, Belichick sitting there and using their whole defense. But see what it is, there's John and them, and John gotta take that. They're slow on making adjustments. They're
Uh,
slow on making adjustments, and they're slow on clock management.
you spoke on it earlier about Andy Reid and John, and I also wanted to add to that by saying what you're saying now. If you could see that, Andy Reid sees that times four. You know what I'm saying? Because he bred and gave life an opportunity for John to be in the position that he in. And every time it seemed like we played the Chiefs, it wasn't because the Chiefs was better, as we all know. It was because of coaching, because John got bad clock management and he don't know how to make crucial decisions when it's time to make crucial decisions. He sit there with that dumb look on his face, and then the only time I ever see frustration from John, it's never when he's wrong. It's when the referees do something, and he swear that's the reason for the game being the way it is. No, bro, it's your decisions. It's your
It
decision.
might be a contributing factor, but that ain't the reason.
Hell
You
no.
can't blame it on the reason because you shouldn't have been in that predicament.
Exactly. Exactly, bro. I just vividly take myself back to them days of just how you said the Chargers game. Marty Morningwig, who I was trying to say he's beyond trash to me. I think he did not like Lamar at all.
He
Literally.
didn't. He didn't. He wanted to play wide receiver. He didn't. He
Yeah,
went on record.
yeah,
He
yeah.
wanted to play wide receiver. He told John they went to the meeting after the season was over. He went to that's part of the reason why he didn't take the job because they wanted him to be the pass coordinator. He did Lamar's style is not for everybody. But
That
here's the thing.
that's
That's
crazy.
not Lamar's style either. Cause he was playing under Petrino. He was playing a West Coast offense. No, not West Coast. Louisville, he running gun offense. And what's a running gun offense? You run the ball, you throw it deep. And that's what Lamar did. If there's nothing there, he's gonna take off. Or if something there, he's throwing it deep. Because here's the thing. Even I'm gonna go back when they played Clemson in the championship.
Right.
Lamar's did the same stuff I seen Vince Young do to USC by himself.
Mm,
By himself. But his receiver, instead of instead of trying to get out run and get the extra yards, he runs out of bounds.
right.
Time expired when he was only 5 yards from the end zone, bro. That's what happened. Because they were going back and forth.
Right.
Because, and there was like, and I'm going to tell you another thing. They had something yesterday. Who would you rather start a franchise with? Now, I'm saying this and I'm not biased. I'm just going to be Lamar all day. Lamar can get you 10 yards.
Yeah.
I want a player where stuff don't go right. I'm going to advance the football.
Right.
They forget that the quarterback started off as a runner.
Got to, man. You
I'm
got
just talking about the history of football. The quarterback was ran as much as running backs did.
Joe Flacco was as traditional as you can get, and even he had to move outside the pocket to make that pass to
But
Jacob.
he ran a pretty bootleg. He
Yeah,
just held on to it too long.
just like you said, you got to move though. You got to move. You
You got
cannot.
to move on. I mean, he wasn't slow,
No.
but
Well,
you got to move. You know what I'm saying? You got to move.
yeah.
But like all that stuff, like Josh Allen moving and taking contact, and
Yo, he take more contact than Lamar. For
but
real.
you can't tell them that. Oh man, but he's 250 and all. I like, bro. Football, and you could go out there on a win play and then your career over. Look at Bo Jackson.
Joe Burrow just had an ACL injury, and he stands in the pocket.
And I'm gonna talk about Burrow too. He's nice, but he's not like that.
No,
I'd rather have Trevor Lawrence, and I do not like Trevor Lawrence game.
no, I haven't
But
watched.
Trevor Lawrence game. Joe Burrow. First of all, he had a stacked team coming out of
Yeah, yeah.
Alabama. So wow, I mean LSU. So bro,
They tanked 3 years in a row to get Burrow, to get T Higgins, and to get Chase. If I'm not mistaken, if it wasn't three, it might have been 2 years. But I know they tanked to get who they got. They, I've been, I think I brought this up before. They need to change the draft process up because that bothers me. That teams all they got to do is just lose the rest of the season and get a top 10
yeah,
pick.
because they wanted BC here, and that's the thing. But Cincinnati is true to their philosophy. They always like big, fast dog receivers,
Right,
and this is not the first. Cincinnati will have a good season and then tell off the next. We went through this for so long,
right.
and
Car-
the only reason why we will lose to Cincy when we do lose to Cincy, it
yeah,
ain't because Cincy is good. It's because Marvin Lewis created that Ravens defensive scheme
right,
verbatim. That's his, and they just copy it and somehow put their own spin on it.
right.
Marvin Lewis created that, so he knows it. That's why he beats John every time. More polished coaches be busting John's ass.
Yeah, Mike Vrabel,
Belichick,
Mike Vrabel,
Marvin Lewis,
and he young.
and then you know what? Tomlin does it because Tomlin learned from Coward.
Yo,
Tomlin know that John's gonna take gut decisions. He make every decision off of gut,
yep.
and that's good to have. I'm not gonna say that's not,
Yeah, some
but he should have just kicked the field goal.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's no way in the world. Like some game, I'm not going for two. Just to be ahead of somebody. 1 point. I'm not doing all that.
Cause he was like, well, you know, they was playing no, bro. Cause you don't know, someone could fumble the ball and game would have been over.
But you know who we got at offensive coordinator too. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these plays too. If you that close to the damn goal line, just run it in.
Yeah, a lot of shit they were like cute. I'm just like they were
Yeah,
doing some cute shit. I'm
we
just like, man, just give it to Freeman, let him run it in. Let's end this shit. I'm gonna go back to that other play when people try to put that play on Lamar about with T.J. Watt. T.J. Watt was in his face, so Lamar had to put it where he had to put it. Andrew slowed up a little bit. If he
he
would just kept running straight, it would went into his hand.
He should listen to me. Everybody, this is why I stopped calling that man Mandrews and all that shit because I mean now I chilled on him. I told everybody last video I wasn't going to trip on him no more. But at that point, I was done with Andrews because dog, you're getting paid. You're paid now. It's no, you need to lay out for that damn ball, bro.
But hey, they said if it touch your fingers, you supposed to catch it. Period.
He didn't need
Period.
the ball.
I don't care. This when Hollywood laid out against Denver,
Yep,
he was supposed to do that,
yep,
and I was
yep,
surprised he did that.
yep. You too. Me too.
But you supposed to lay out for that. And he
Yeah,
really, for real, if he kept running, he slowed up to look because he's terrible tracker of the football. And people don't talk about that either. He's
yeah. Because
terrible tracking the football.
I was,
That's like and Marlon. You know who else is terrible tracking the football? Marlon. That's what's keeping him to be. Marlon would have been the best corner in the last 5 years if he learned how to get better tracking the football.
but he
Man,
gonna get Peters though. If we keep Peters, he'll get there. He'll get
yeah,
there.
Peter. But Peters told him that.
Mm-hmm.
Peters told him that. He said in his podcast that that's one of the things he wanted to work on is track the football.
Yeah, because what the hell was it? Marlon, man, I didn't think he deserved that big ass contract when he got it, but I know he was the best of what was going on besides Ramsey. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't mad at it. But
For
when I
real, I'm gonna be honest. He's just as physical as Ramsey. Ramsey not attractive for
yeah,
football. Bro.
yeah, he do it all. He do it all, man. But
That's for him. And I don't remember because he comes off kind of he's kind of but
who,
I'm like
who Ramsey or
yeah,
Marlon?
Ramsey kind of come on. He
Yeah,
kind of weird cat, but
yeah,
hey, he's a dog
yeah,
though.
yeah. He come
He's
to
a dog though,
he come to play, man.
and he put those paws on you too. Keep catch him lacking.
Yeah,
But he's like the young thug of the NFL though.
he is, he is. I
Like
get.
you know what I'm saying? But he's like Josh Norman 2.0. He's Josh Norman of this. I won't even gonna say that because Josh Norman make good plays, and sometimes and then some another plays he just could be burnt toast.
I think he got exposed with the Odell situation, but uh,
Uh, no, but I'm gonna tell you this. Marlon needs somebody like somebody say Trey Peters. No, you don't.
no, no, you keep
No, you don't. When
tired.
Peter said that he wanted to retire Raven,
Yeah,
that he felt that's where he should have been at the whole time.
Pierce
You
got.
ain't heard a peep from him complaining, coaching, or whatever. And he talks his shit. You ain't heard a peep from him.
Yo, I love Peters. I think that was one of the most best signings Eric DaCosta has done since he's been here. Um, uh, I I was alluding to when Marlon got that contract, I went to go look up his stats. Like, damn, was he really worth all that? I seen that he didn't have no interceptions and all his production came literally the year we got Marcus Peters. And I'm like, what the fuck was it? And then it put two and two together. He said he was looking up Charles Tillman film, but I'm like, wasn't you been doing this? It had to be something Peter said to him or put in his ear or the fact that Peters was out there on that field and because of who he was.
But Peters wasn't the only one that was telling him that. Um, Jimmy Smith used to tell him. He was like, Marlon, you got all the potential in the world to be the best corner in a long time.
Yeah, man.
But your discipline is off.
Yeah,
He's not disciplined. Well,
yeah,
he's better now. Last 2 years, he was not disciplined.
yeah. I
He'll
think,
have good games and he'll get burnt because
yeah,
he's not that well good tracking the football.
yeah. That money got to him last year. That's I'll excuse him for that because I think he forgot a lot of basics last year because
Yeah,
it.
and he said that he's not a liar though. He said
Yeah,
he had some outrageous takes, but he's not a liar. He said that he's not a liar. But we gotta give credit when credit is due. He plays hard.
yeah, absolutely. Every game.
Now people was like, well, he got burnt by Jamar Chase. I said, yeah, he's gonna get burnt.
Yeah,
You gotta remind you, he's the only viable corner we had,
at that time,
and
yes, he
at
did.
that time. So now, he has to worry about everything outside and inside,
Mm-hmm.
so he could give direction. He see when Peter's on the field, he could just worry about his job only. But
Right.
you had cats that come off the street, practice squad players, so they taking pride off that 5'10" or whatever like that.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm
And
gonna
it
keep
was,
it a
and
buck. I'm gonna
honestly,
keep
it
it
was
a
a.
buck.
Go ahead, bro.
If I was Cincinnati, I would. If we did that to them, I've been the same way.
Right.
But I'm gonna be like, I already know that y'all ain't had y'all. I'll be
Right.
like, okay, but I know y'all ain't had y'all squad,
Right.
and
Right.
you know we were full. If you know we were full strength
I don't even think.
because
I don't even think. Pete Mark. I said Marcus. I don't even think Humphrey would have been on Chase if Peters was in the game.
no, they
You
were
know what I'm
switched
saying?
up.
So that task alone, Marlon is not as athletic as he is he can fill a slot role, but to me, he's not no slot corner QB cornerback. To me,
No, he need to be outside.
yeah, because that them
I
quick
always
moves
said
ain't for him.
Marlon need to play outside. They
Yeah,
play him in the slot.
them quick moves is not for
That
him.
was Trayvon Martin's spot. I
Yeah,
mean Trayvon. That was
Tavon,
Trayvon
yeah,
Young's spot.
which is why I wasn't against Wink leaving. But if Wink was going to leave, Roman should have left first. That was my main issue.
Yeah, that amounts too.
That was my only issue. Cause at least Wink stayed competitive. No matter if his blitzing was getting annoying, he still allowed us to be competitive with no fucking starters. Like
Yeah.
literally. And I know it was no, it literally was him because I can't even say offense because Tyler Huntley was doing only but so much. You know what I'm saying?
And, and
But
people need to stop with that Huntley too. Huntley's nice, but
he's not Lamar. He's not Lamar.
he's not. First of all, he's not a starter.
Uh compared to Josh Rosen,
Not what we need him for.
no. He in
Not
the
what
league,
we
I think
need
he's
him
a starter.
for.
I think he's a starter in the league. I think,
Yeah, well, yeah,
but
he can
no,
start for
yeah, not for us though.
because it's not just him. Do threat quarterback. Lamar does a lot of stuff that the average person don't wouldn't know how to do and
No,
pull off. Huntley don't have the same. Hunt Certain players has an it factor.
yeah, he don't got them.
Lamar has it.
He don't got
So
the
your it
instincts. Lamar.
factor turns on whether your stats good, great, or not at all, or your stats are bad. It's like Steph Curry has an it factor. Even
Right,
when he's off, he still might win because he has that it factor. Any given moment,
he can go off. Yeah,
that flash in the pan, it's a wrap.
you're right. Good, great comparison. Yeah,
It's a wrap. That's just what it is. Like, then they're gonna respect it. The man cannon. Oh, he can't throw. I said, look, the ball flicks out his damn hands. It flicks out his hands.
yeah,
Now he could throw 75 yards if he really tried.
yep. That
He's
shit.
not a person. He's not gonna put all his juice out there because he just don't really give a damn what people think about him.
Right, but that shit come out fast now. We thought it
Oh
was something before.
yeah.
That pass come out fast now.
Yeah, it comes out pretty.
Yeah, man.
But you gotta think he made it already. He made it all the way to the NFL, bro. Raw
31 teams
MVP. He
passed.
When he won MVP, he was raw.
31 teams passed on him. And he wasn't even getting full control of the offense.
Look, now. We know all that. He won MVP raw.
No talent. No talent around him. No
No
other
talent
QB.
around him, raw.
No other QB has done that. Any QB that's
Patrick,
won
give Patrick Mahomes,
Seth Roberts,
Seth Roberts, Willie Snead,
uh
Hollywood Brown when he playing without the screw in his foot.
yeah.
Mark Andrews, I'll give him Mark Andrews
I
was
don't think
good,
Mark Andrews was the main tight
but
end.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. He wasn't.
Yeah,
He's
I
the
think
more athletic tight end. He
yeah,
just took advantage of Hayden Hurst being hurt. Hayden Hurst had the hands and he was fast, but he just wasn't as athletic as
Right.
Mark Andrews.
And he was
So
older. He was 28, I think, when he got drafted.
I thought he was 26.
I don't know, but I know he was up there at
No, he
age.
was older. He was older. Yeah, he was older.
Yeah, he was definitely
So
up there
that's
at age.
why he got pissed off. Like he was drafted for Dro to replace
Yeah,
Dennis Pitter.
right, right. I'm with
For,
you.
for real.
I'm with you, bro. I
So
already
then they
know.
got Andrews who was like, all right, because we need to have somebody backup playing. But they was gonna go to that style offense before they even got Lamar because they was trying to get Kaepernick,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I
Which is
liked it that, but I didn't like it that because pretty much your brother's passing on his stuff to you. He got that Michigan job and he started passing players to his brother.
that whole situation was just so messy, man. And then the fact that he came at Ray, and whether he was right or not, I don't care. But he came at Ray, and then that whole debacle happened. I had no clue we was going to draft Lamar, but it made
Yeah.
sense because of all that happened. I don't know how.
Because they was gonna have him and RG3 on the team. Because they was going to that offense. Because it was like, all right, we don't want to do, and I like being different. We don't want to be, everybody want to drive a Hellcat. Bitch, give me that SRT
Ray
300
to the T, man. That is Ray.
and put that supercharge on. Let me bust some ass.
Whatever
That's
everybody,
about,
we going left, man.
right, right. That's how you stay relevant.
Right.
So, they did that. But people forget about that. Like I said, you got some people that be on the Facebook chat, like on the Facebook Ravens group, and they all. Why you bring Flacco? This is Flacco fifth season not being on the team. Why are we still talking about it? Give him his flowers and keep it moving. Why are we still talking about Joe Flacco?
Flacco ain't never went.
That's underlying prejudice. And you was, no, it ain't. We just can. We could do both. Yeah, you can. But you don't got to do it every day. Lamar's your quarterback.
Yeah, don't
You
nobody.
ain't never won no MVP, no All Pro, and no two-time Pro Bowler.
Packers fans don't talk about Brett Favre every day. They don't. They don't.
No.
They don't.
And Brett Favre was great. He'll throw a pick though,
No,
but you're a gunslinger. You gonna have to take that.
yep.
Lamar, oh, he throw these picks. Oh man, Lamar threw these picks. Oh yeah, because he got to throw his way back into the game.
It's crazy because, like how you said, you gotta look at what's been done already by those that they view as great too. Patrick Mahomes in his MVP year. Look how many he threw, way more. I think it was double the interceptions Lamar threw, and still won MVP. Lamar had maybe I think 7 interceptions his MVP season, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
about 7, 8, 7 or 8, but
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's efficient.
that's efficient, man. That's efficient, bro.
I
And
told my cousin, he was like, "Man, look, he was just throwing. We beat him last the other year. We beat the coach, man, because they was digging their ass, and then the second half they made the adjustment. Lamar had it was 10 completions back to back to back. Oh, he was just throwing turnaround routes. Well, if it was working, then that's how you attack the defense.
right,
I mean, you gonna do what you gonna do."
right, man.
The people want to think that you're supposed to play football the same way as them, head to head. We supposed to air it out and see who. No, man, I'm here. I'm here to win. And see, the thing is, he's gonna take. All right, he'll make a read because if you really watch Lamar, he goes out to in. A lot of these players look in to out the
Right,
pass. He looks outside and in the check
right,
down. But if that check down ain't immediately there, he's gonna take it
right.
because I'm gonna get the positive yardage keeping the ball in my hand than
The,
risking putting it in the air to get a turnover.
yeah, and the running back got to catch it, turn
And
around.
he got to catch him. Now, then he said, well, he take hits. Yeah, he gonna take hits, but a lot of his hits is like a push or a shoestring tackle.
Got to
It's
touch
not.
that.
It's not. It's not like a head. Josh Allen take the brunt. See, Lamar know how to take a hit. He don't get the cats squared up on him a lot of times, and it just don't work out. They get him down, but it ain't no
He
square hit.
close to
They
that line.
can't get it.
He get close to that line.
So Bobby Wagner was talking about like, damn, you just can't get him. You have him right there at the race, and you just can't get him.
Yeah, man. Shit, fucking Ant when we play the Rams. Nobody talk about
And
that.
Don couldn't. He was pissed.
He was a non-factor in that game, bro.
No, because I seen him running for Lamar, trying to chase Lamar. That's when you know what? That's the best game I seen Lamar play. One of them.
Yo,
He destroyed. I've never seen the Rams defense look legit. When Lamar has a line, he's gonna destroy you.
bro. That's what
And
I'm,
it's nothing you they could have left Lamar in the game. They might have scored 82 points.
bro. That's why I don't understand. They kept hyping up all these people. Oh, we need to start wide receiver. I'm like, the only reason I was against DK Metcalf is because I found out that they was looking for the Seahawks was willing to trade, but it had to be 2 first rounds and over 20 mil to pay him. I'm like, damn,
No. First of all, we're not giving the wide receiver $20 million.
yeah. So I'm like, all right, well
Make that in there.
we can X that out the equation, but literally going off of just that, we when we beat the Rams, they had a full staff. The only difference that they had back then was Golf was the QB.
Yeah.
Other than that, they had pretty much the same damn squad, and especially on the defense.
And we're not scared of Matthew Stafford.
Yeah,
Because he's going to throw a pick. He's going to burn you, but he's going to throw a pick too.
he ain't no big upgrade like that. So, and they
Yeah.
had Michael Brockers on the defense, who we tried to get. You know what
But
I'm saying?
he was on some lame stuff too.
He was. He was. I'm
It
glad.
was that was whack. He
I'm
was
glad
going there and didn't see and what's called her back. Come on back, baby. And he came right on back to mom.
he did. I'm glad you
That,
brought.
that was some whole ass shit he did.
It was. It really was. But
I'm to these dudes, yo. You got some big 400 pound strong fuck boys out here.
man, that's why I'm like, yo, it's certain shit I'm not rocking with, man. And that's because it's funny because a long time ago, I used to work for this company, and the guy told me, and always stuck with me. He said, just because that's your friend, that don't make that my friend. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying to say this. The situation again with Hollywood, man. You talking about the 400-pound softies and all this. I'm like, it's no way in the world you really just jump ship on the Ravens flock like this, dog. You couldn't wait. You was going to get your bag regardless. You couldn't wait.
And I wouldn't have gave him no more than 15 mil anyway.
You was gonna get it from us, but you was going to get. Look at Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
He's put up way better numbers than you, and they still ain't trying to pay him. You could have waited, bro.
I would have him. Like I ain't really paid too much about him other than seeing risk here and there. But that dude he's a dog. And it's unfortunate that he's on a putt team.
Well, this is the same team that did RG3 wrong. Doug.
But see, Snyder, man, he ain't shit, yo. He's like the Peter Angelos of the NFL. Like
No.
how the Orioles is.
Yeah.
That's how Snyder is. He just put because Redskins fans such little fans that he's gonna sell out the Sixers every year.
Damn.
So that's why he does that. And that's why Orioles, the field's pretty, it got atmosphere, they're gonna sell out. Now that family is on having a shit show right now. Because one of the brothers trying to take control and bring the team back to glory and the other ones are fighting over. And you know what I mean? Mind you, the dad is still alive, he's just sick. So this going the mom's jumping on, so she don't know whose side she on from one day to the next. It's like some Victor Newman, Young and Russell type stuff going on with that. But I think we need to just see what we have. This is how I envision. Bateman's number one.
Right.
I say Duvernay slash Prochet too. But
Yeah.
Prochet is pretty much he might be better than Duvernay.
I think he is, and I'm
I'm
I'm gonna agree with you too about the Duvernay being better than Prochet. That's facts because Duvernay, at least you know he gonna fight after the catch. I've never seen a player go down so easily than Hollywood. Whatever his reasons is, if you're
Yeah,
that scared to play football, don't play, bro.
yeah.
Don't.
And got all that he bulked up last year, and that shit ain't mean nothing.
He did all that.
I
He had
don't want to see you catch your own balls out of the
yeah,
jug machine if you
he
ain't gonna take a hit.
that shit, hyping it up. But I wanted to add too, him and Kyler, man, you could see he couldn't wait to get back with Kyler
Yeah. No,
because
but here's the thing. They talk every day,
yeah, I
and
see.
he was like, and he'll tell Kyler what's going on the Ravens team. That's
Yeah,
what happens. And he was like, man, look, you don't like it, just come play with me. They playing that. They trying to make it off. They wasn't, but they playing that. And
yeah,
he used that because he's like, look, if you get Hollywood, then I'll stay. We'll do this and that. So it looked like they did that to appease him.
yep.
And but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I wish him nothing but the best. But look, he gonna realize it. He ain't gonna get no burn when D Hop comes back though.
Even with D Hop being there, they paid Christian Kirk and value him. I don't see, and he didn't even get 146 targets. So I don't see Hollywood getting that again.
He
I,
said now it ain't about the targets, it's about his opportunities, how he's using the offense. But that's confusing
it is,
because
bro. It is.
because your opposite as a wide receiver is to get open and catch the football. You get paid on performance. So whether it's a scheme or whatever, they force you. You was top
Lead the league
five in the league
in
and
targets.
attempts, but you didn't crack the top 25 quarterback. So that doesn't make sense at all, at all, at all. And then you do that, and you jump a ship. Now you make the perception, which
Yeah,
they already trying to push, that it's Lamar and the offense is
that's
Lamar.
why I'm so
So
pissed.
you basically you trying to say, well, make the comment, well, I know he's always gonna have that team in the fight. Yeah, he is, but guess what? You just made it worse. We already got a
What
reputation and can't get no
am I saying?
kudos, and you did a disservice. What kind of extra interview is that? You'll have a horrible exit interview for me. If I had an interview,
Bro, I couldn't believe what I was hearing, man.
I was like, bro, and it wasn't consistent. It
No,
wasn't consistent at all.
no. He
He
yo,
just wanted out. He just wanted out,
he did
and he
somebody.
told Lamar something different. Try to do sometime, and I'm one of the nicest guys in the world. But then you gotta speak your mind too, bro.
Yeah,
He's
yo,
like, bro, I don't want to be here. He probably told Lamar like, yo, all right, I'll think about it. But then tell somebody else I'm gone, yo.
yep,
That's lame too, bro. That's whack too.
that
It
is.
say it with your chest. You don't want to be there. The Casa was hurt by it though. I
Yo,
could tell him. He
yo,
was hurt by it because that was his first draft pick.
man,
He
I'm
was hurt by it. He went Hollywood. They probably paid him. He was like, no. And he was like, all right.
I'm,
I do like the fact that now if you don't want to be there, all right, bye. We're not gonna force you to be here. We want people that's gonna be here.
yo, and this is why I got so much optimism for the team this year, despite what other people feel is contributing factors for us to have a failure this season, just based on what you just said. uh Eric DaCosta, you could visibly tell he was just boasting. And now whether he was, I feel like he was lying, but I don't know the true story. I'm just speculating. But you could tell, like you said, he felt really bothered by the fact that he had to let go of Hollywood in the fashion that he did. So I'm like, maybe this is the eye opener for EDC to understand that you cannot keep taking a friendship approach or a friendly approach with these players that you have on this team, including coaching, because at some point in time, what happens when they don't have the same interest or enthusiasm for the team as you do?
Right,
We gonna fail. We gonna.
right.
What's the saying? You're strong. You're as strong as your weakest soldier.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? So if we got a motherfucker like Hollywood hanging the fuck around, saying he think our star QB didn't make him better, and another QB that's in the league made him better. I I found it
Bro,
this
your starting QB is 37-12, yo.
That's what I'm saying. I found that video this year. That video happened right after Lamar won the MVP. So I'm like, how the fuck did this go unnoticed? It's beyond me on why they didn't get rid of his ass earlier.
When he said what video what?
Lamar had I said not Lamar. Hollywood had a video on ESPN where they was interviewing him and they asked him, "Well, you basically played with Baker and you played with Kyler, and now you play with Lamar Jackson, a QB, QB. So we have to ask you who made you? I guess he turned it into the question that made who made him better as a player." But they asked him who was the better QB. He said, "Well, all those guys like to win, but if I had to go off of who made me better as a player, I'd have to say Kyler." I said, "What the fuck? No, the fuck he didn't just say that shit." But you
But
heard Andrew.
but I'm gonna tell you this. What's the knock on Kyler people talk about? He's immature.
Yep, yep,
And I saw that come from Hollywood. He just now he kept it in because
mm,
he's not the dude to make a whole lot of noise or say much. But he got some immature type stuff in him. Lamar is very mature for his
yep,
age, but he does it his way. Then they said, well, he need to be mature. And I said, look, because he could have did a whole lot of fuck shit,
yeah,
and he didn't.
yep,
You know what I'm saying? He come on now. His best friend Kodak Black, bro. He could have been with some fuck shit.
this is facts.
But
That's
no, but he's his own man. So
yep,
he could go hang out with Kodak Black.
yep, and
One
not
of them weekends he was hanging with Kodak Black. The next day Kodak Black went LA. He got shot at or something happened. Lamar know how to get out down Dodge.
right,
That's the thing, being in these streets, you got friends that's in these on these blocks, and I go holler at him, we go have a drink, he go his way, we go mine. Something might happen to him the next day. My spider sense will tell me though, all right, it's time to head out because then there's other people that, and it might be people that just in his in what's called circle that Lamar might not rock with like that. So but that's his boy, so he's not gonna be like, I don't fuck them niggas like that. I'm just like, all right, bro, I'm gonna head out.
right,
I'll see y'all later. Be
right,
cordial, everybody. But I don't rock with these cats like that because they on a vibe that's not conducive to what I'm trying to do in life.
right. They don't get me caught up.
Right. But here's the thing: what's gonna happen? Lamar will be the first player to throw 7 touchdowns in a game,
Oh man, yeah.
and he probably been done it twice. But he sat out 9 quarters, bro.
John took him out. John took him out.
Cause look, Belichick do him take his player out to like mid. He wouldn't take time out to like mid the fourth quarter.
You know what pissed me off though? But you got players, not players, but you got the team like the Bengals who didn't care and let Joe Burrow stay out there and continue to torch the fuck out of us when they had the game already. That's what I'm
Right,
like,
but they said, well, they was talking smack and all that. I was like, even when we blow it, it could have been worse than that. The time when Lamar had the spin move and all that, but they just ran the ball. Now I don't care. You gotta run the ball.
yeah, yeah, no, that didn't bother me. But I'm saying, I don't believe in, oh well, let's just gracefully bow out because we got the game. Let's just waste time. Nah, fuck that.
No,
Run
I
the
don't believe. I don't waste. I don't believe that either. I mean, you play the
run,
game. It's entertainment. I
yeah,
want to be entertained. I'm at the seat. I want to be entertained.
yeah. That's why I'm
Ain't
like,
no sports. This ain't college, high school. But
I'm,
at the same time, you could have just ran the ball, those short routes, and just got. You had the game locked.
yeah,
You still could have scored, and I wouldn't have cared. We got robbed. We got robbed. But that they did that to prove a point to win. But
yeah.
that's whack because Airline was messed up worse than y'all's, and y'all ain't had no line. So what this down but us?
Right,
But because we gotta play out of position, especially with a team like that. Because her old offense is predicated on what? It's predicated on efficiency, clock management, and moving the ball, running. That's what it's a run. It's about the run base. We've all about
right,
possession control.
right. You control
You
the
can't.
top
You can't.
in the game.
T. Higgins and Jamar Chase can't score those touchdowns if you only getting 5 opportunities with the football.
Right,
So you better get your 3 touchdowns because you're only going to get like 6 opportunities.
right,
So you better get the football. When we strong, you're only going to get 5, 6 opportunities to score
right,
unless you force a turnover on us.
right, man.
But you're only going to get them. That's our hallmark. You're not going to get many opportunities on the score on the Ravens.
No.
So unless we give the ball up on offense and you buy another opportunity or we get a three unaccounted for 3 and out, you're not going to get many opportunities to score on the Ravens. So they just took advantage of that because we had nothing to stop it. That first game, okay, Marlon was in it. And we had X, Y, and Z. He got burnt. But here's the thing with that too. He's trying to play outside and inside, and what's called took him on that outright and smoked it
Yeah.
because he's trying to play the run and pass, and then trying to direct these other cats and give assistance. So
Yeah.
that's going to happen.
It was a
You
lot.
know what I mean? It ain't the first time a quarterback get burnt.
Hell
But
no.
by what I said, look, if Lamar didn't get injured, I said y'all probably wouldn't even make the playoffs because the Chargers had their spot
Yeah.
because the Chargers beat them. So we beat the Chargers. So we could have still lost to them twice, made the playoffs, and they wouldn't have made it because the Chargers beat them because
Right.
we had that 7. So that what Raiders had the 6, and the Chargers had the 7.
Right.
That's what happened. And then the one that been on the bubble with Miami. I'm telling you, and I know what I'm talking about. Cause I said, look, that's what messed y'all went. Cause y'all was 10-7. I'm like, bro, we was 8-3 top in AFC. I was like, if you didn't win it was to the point where if you didn't win your conference, you probably wasn't gonna make the playoffs
Right.
unless you just had a matching record
Right. And it was a tiebreaker or some shit.
and a tiebreaker, yeah. And that was how you gonna get that 6 and 7 seed.
Right.
But yeah, it was to the point where y'all wasn't getting that spot. Cause that messed the coach spot up too by us not being in there. That messed everything up.
Yeah.
Cause the coach should have had that 5th seed.
Yeah. And they got bumped out.
Right. So yeah, but who you going when you got Raiders and the Chiefs in there, who you not going you going and you had 3 people who made it. So somebody else was gonna get bumped out.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't do it right. I mean, they wouldn't have made it. We would still won the North even if they would beat us twice.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, man. It wasn't what.
So because strength of schedule and all that. And now come back here week 5. I got something for you. I said, look, y'all ain't gonna put no bread on it. I don't want to hear it.
Right.
I'm no right now. They might get us one this year. It's a division. Whoop de doo.
Right. Right. We trying to get a bigger goal, man.
Right, it's the what they do. Well, yeah, this a different Cincinnati. I mean, look, and to be honest, yo, that's not even the best Cincinnati team they had in the last 20 years.
Ever.
And them dudes are beasts now. That's not the best.
No.
When you had Giovanni, you had Muhammad Sanu, you had T.J. Houshmandzadeh, and you had Chad Ochocinco.
AJ Green.
That ain't real. Well, that was the alpha on that.
Yeah.
But
I'm
that
just
T Higgins is not better than T.J. Houshmandzadeh.
no.
Ain't no way, shape, or form. Now
Neither one,
God's green earth.
neither one of them is
Neither one of them.
AJ Green too.
Jamar Chase might be better, but he ain't better than Chad Johnson.
No,
Not by his nose. It might comparable to AJ Green. AJ Green couldn't stay healthy, but he is not better than Ocho Cinco. This dude was on a whole different level.
I want to see if Chase can duplicate his success this year because I think he caught a lot of people by storm. Because if you remember, he was dropping balls all off
Yeah,
season.
yeah, he probably had more drops than Hollywood.
Yeah,
Well, Hollywood only had 6 drops. I said, yeah, but his drops came crucial. His
yo,
job is to
you know, bro,
catch the football, yo.
I know for a fact it was fucking more. You know what the drops might have how they might view the drops. Uh, Talking about it might have been catchable balls, like literally in his hands, and he dropped it. We ain't talking about balls that went over his head or went past him or got deflected. And you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yeah,
No, it's
no
because
way.
he had a couple of catches that if he would just ran, he would caught. He
Right,
gave up on the damn pass.
right.
I was like, bro, oh, just
That's what
jump,
I'm
get the
saying.
ball,
They,
yo.
they don't view that. They don't view that as drops all the time. So that's why I'm
But
like,
if you don't lift your hands, you're not gonna catch.
yeah, yeah,
It was in his area.
yep, yep,
Like how them dudes, like for real, but I'm not getting them anybody viable. It messed Lamar's stats up.
yeah. And but I can only,
Lamar would have 500 yards of offense if he had caught those 3 touchdowns and touched his hands.
yep. But that it's tough. But like you said, bro, Lamar had to learn a valuable lesson because this is who Lamar wanted. Not to say that DeCosta wasn't.
That's what dude at work said. Well, Lamar, he was like, well, Lamar wanted Hollywood. He should have just let them choose.
Yeah, that's
So they might have would have got Metcalf.
I feel the same exact way. But I'm like, they probably was trying to keep Lamar happy. You know what I'm saying? Which is
Give
why,
him some,
which is
give him some leeway. Make him feel more like he's QB1 and he gets to make decisions and all this stuff.
but
Trying to appease him.
that is funny because that's a underhanded situation too because it to me it was the introductory or the initiation of the buddy system.
Oh yeah,
You look, well, you brought your friend in, so why can't I bring my friend in? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So when people bring up Greg Roman, I'm like, well, that you can't even be too mad because just how Lamar had his homie, John got his homie.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this. John will be the coach as long as EDC's there.
But I'm hoping
He's not gonna fire his neighbor.
that I'm hoping though, with the situation that happened with Hollywood, I'm not saying John is ready to leave. I'm not saying John asking for no trade, none of that stuff. But I'm saying I'm hoping that Hollywood situation allowed EDC to open his eyes and again understand this is a business. If you are not producing, we are not looking for average. If you cannot get us to where we need to be and you're making these same critical mistakes and you are holding on to people because Biscotti said he didn't want the next VIP president or whoever the hell it is behind Dick Cass to bring in an entourage of people that he felt comfortable with. So he
That's
wanted
why he got Sashi Brown.
right. So I'm hoping they take that little philosophy and EDC understands that what happened with Hollywood Brown. Listen, we don't need no more friendship ruled decisions around here.
Right, right.
That shit got to stop, man. I know we love John. We get it. We love Joe too. We did. But it's time for new, man. And if we want to be real, we like how we've already mentioned, he wasn't all in on Lamar.
Mm-mm.
John was not all in on Lamar, man. So it's time to cut ties, man. But Biscotti said he didn't want to make him feel like he was on a lame duck contract situation. So we're going to give you some room here, but you're still on the chopping block. That's how I think it is. But you could be right though too. EDC might be wanting to keep him.
He wanted because and who was you had to get somebody young experienced coach because
Yeah, it's tough.
for real, if David did, cause Lamar more disciplined. If Michael Vick didn't win the best dual threat all time because of Michael Vick. Because he wanted to be Ron Messico. See, these kids too young to remember all that.
Who?
Michael Vick wanted to be Ron Messico. That was his alias.
I didn't know that.
Ron, look it up. Ron Messico.
Wow.
We were getting caught up on planes, sneaking weed on the plane. Ron Messico. I was living in Atlanta then. They
Wow.
called him for Ron Messico. He messed with these chicks. Chick gave clap one time and told
Wow.
him his name. Oh, Ron Messico. He up there in Atlanta because he used to hang on Old National all the time.
Damn.
Yeah, Atlanta will expose who you really are because it's open season.
Wow.
So if you're about that bullshit, it will bring it out. If you
Wow.
party time, it will bring it out because it's mad easy. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
say, what part of Texas you live in?
I'm in Fort Worth, bro.
Oh shoot, you in Dallas? Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
had fun. I had fun in Dallas, yo.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
area, yo. It was
Now,
popping. I can't get down with that Sherm though. That Sherm they were rock. I can't get down with that. The waves in the front, fro in the back. I can't get down
oh,
with that style.
oh, oh, nah. I ain't doing that. What they call that, man?
They called it a Sherm because then Kanye started doing it.
The shag or some shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Shag, the
Yeah.
shag. I call it Sherm. My bad.
I was like, what?
Yeah, the shag. Yeah, the shag.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. So
Uh.
if EDC, Ozzy got to get in his ear, but Ozzy wouldn't. Ozzy would have closed the deal on Smith, on Jazarius Smith,
You think so? Yeah. Yeah. I think I
because
OBJ.
he said that it was because like it was some money he didn't know. He knew. He's talking about he didn't know about what's called money when he went to the Bills. Well, I'm getting a brain fart tonight.
Uh.
Yeah, he was no, he didn't know about his money that he got, but he knew something. 'Cause he was just like, man, I went did the Vikings and all that. He knew he didn't want to be in the Vikings, yo.
Or Green Bay. It was Green Bay. I think he's leaving Green Bay and he was trying to
He was
go.
leaving Green Bay. It was for me. Oh, I'm a familiar coach. Like, dude, the dude that y'all got now, he was your linebacker coach. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he was talking stupid.
He was talking dumb. Now, you don't think I forgot there's this traffic stop they got on video. He was coming from Milwaukee. Yeah, sir. Uh yeah, I'm just driving home, sir. Well, your vehicle smell like weed. Let me
They
stop playing 'cause I have too many run-ins with the police with that dumb shit. But yeah. No man, it's alright. We just want players that want to come. Bateman brought in. He wants to be a Raven. Wants to play Lamar. Him and Prochet defender. Like Prochet, like Prochet is the number two, and
bro.
him and Duvernay. They're gonna just take time. They're just gonna take time using them in certain packages because Duvernay's so good at special teams.
Right.
So that's why let's keep Duvernay afloat. Duvernay has hands. He can get Duvernay could do get the Duke ball. He's fast.
Yeah.
He could do it. That's
Yeah.
all. Yeah, if you want to take the top off,
Doing then on the Texans, deep passes going deep. That was it. That was it.
yeah. But even Deshaun, even when he just had Cooks and Fuller, that was better than what we had.
Oh, Brandon Cooks, hands down, could probably go down as what top 30 wide receiver, arguably. I think at least because he wasn't no scrub, bro. He was nice on the Saints. He was nice on New England. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's been solid everywhere he went.
So like I said, he had, but he was 4-12, and my cousin was like, "Yo," and I was like, "Sean, yo." These your 500 yards. I said just cause he passed for a bunch of yards doesn't mean they popping like that.
He had to.
He ain't winning.
He
He
had.
had to throw it. You 4-12. You got all these yards. You making losing look pretty. That's what you're doing.
Yep.
Mars efficient. You know what I'm saying? He's not throwing because he's not asked to do that. Because he's the engine to throw that offense. You think it's easy? Cause then what's called talking like man, we should just they could just do an army approach and draft somebody else and run the system. Yeah, but Lamar make the system more than the system ain't really all that what it's cracked up to be. But
No.
Lamar makes it look easy.
Right.
You put Tyler, you put Huntley in there. Why we shouldn't have never lost five straight ever.
Yo, honestly, he kept it competitive, but to me, what happened was I don't know if Tyler Huntley that much of a coach's uh uh pet, if you will, or
I can see that.
or it's just Lamar is that great. It's tough to put him in his shoes, but the instincts that Lamar has in those moments where we could have won those games, Lamar would have made snap decisions opposed to Huntley holding on to the ball, trying to throw still last
Yeah,
minute. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I seen what people were saying about Huntley isn't on Lamar level, but I thought he was the closest thing to Lamar, the
Oh
NFL.
no, yeah, no doubt,
You
no
know,
doubt. When I say that, I said that he has to be because you got to have players similar to run their offense.
right, right. I'm with you. I'm with you,
They'll
bro.
make little adjustments here and there, but it's just the offense.
Right.
He's not going. First of all, he's not going to have as much rain on the offense as Lamar.
No.
So he pretty much you all you got is to listen to what Greg Roman tell you.
Yeah, and which is fucked up. Which is fucked up.
So a lot of times Lamar, a lot of them runs and be like, look, I got to get this first down. This
Yeah,
dude,
fuck Roman talk.
and then no one's still talking about. See how we forgot about shit, the Steelers got him now. Um,
Boykins,
yeah, Borkin. But here's the thing with that. He had all the potential in the world,
he did.
but he's not great for paying attention. I seen Tom Lamar tell him, yo, point him, moving him from one side of the field to the other. Like, yo, you supposed to come over here. Or Andrews would tap him. And sometimes they would get them in trouble. They could be 5 yard penalties trying to get him to go the right area.
Wow.
You go back watch some of them games or watch some highlights, you could see him trying to
I can
pull
see
him
that when the
out.
would be short, but I didn't see the at the line little scuffles, or if you will, little discussions.
Yeah, he was like, yo, come on. Like, it was like, yo, come on. He was like, no, come on. He'll move him. He'll do an extra, like, audible or have him move in motion again to try to get him back in position. So, but he a hell of a blocker, though.
Yeah, that's what they want. People wanted him to convert the tight end, which I was fine with, but he didn't want to do that.
I don't know, but how did we drop the ball with a Waller?
You know, honestly, it's
But,
crazy. Brought him up. Honest to God, bro. The only Ravens game I ever went to, it was a preseason game, and it was the year he was drafted, and I literally seen him walking back into the tunnel because they played the Eagles that year in the preseason, and I was telling him, I literally told him, I hope you make the team, bro, because he was pretty good at that scrimmage game.
right.
Time went past. He was on a team. He was on a team here and there, blah, blah, blah. And then it came out with the PD suspensions. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, like, oh, this motherfucker tripping. Like, and then you seen less and less of him. And then he got to the Raiders. I don't know what the Raiders allow over there, but we know about the John Gruden situation recently. We know about the Henry Ruggs situation. Not to say that he did anything wrong other than drunk driving, but it's clear they have a low moral level over there. I don't know what that dude doing now, but I just feel like something's up because
That's always been the Raiders' hallmark. That's why they call him the Black Hole.
mm,
But he's from like in the Atlanta area. So he was in Kroger's bagging groceries, they call. See, the thing is, he like smoking weed a lot and
oh,
drinking. He's
he's
a big drug addict.
yeah,
So
he said he was with Talia Farrow, and Talia Farrow was off the powder, and that's how he went. But he said he was with him when kind of when that. I said, man, what the hell? Is it really that deep? Was these two? These two on the same team. I'm like, yo, what the hell, John? What's going on, man? They were on the same team with us. I didn't know they was getting lit.
they get lit. They was getting it was getting lit. Like that's why. And he was on the team 4 years, bro. Before we got rid of him, they gave him the chance.
Yeah, they did.
And
Yeah,
then convert him. They the one to convert him to tight end. And they doing the fruits of their labor.
yeah. I
But Andrews is
patient.
like like let me get Andrews' due. I got his jersey. I like Andrews. He's diabetic. I'm diabetic. You know what I'm saying?
I
And he's a big advocate for that.
yeah, yeah.
You
I'm
know what
glad.
I mean?
Yeah, man.
And he's a baller. He tries hard. He loves Lamar. He was like, man, look, he said that Lamar made him better.
That's right.
Joe played with him. He said the total opposite. Said
I
they on Marlon podcast and said that.
I was so proud when I heard him say that. Man, he went back up to Mandrews for me after that whole podcast. Man, I
He was
really
like, I played with Kyler. I was
yeah,
tall, and it was like, Kyle's good. He's no Lamar.
yeah, man. I was really and it's funny. I was proud that Marlon even asked that because I knew that's why he asked because of that situation. So I all around, man, I grew a new respect for both of them, man. After that, man.
But I'm gonna tell you this. Okay, you got Patrick Mahomes and all that. At least Deshaun Watson was a Heisman candidate.
Right,
I ain't heard nothing from Patrick Mahomes in college. He just know Texas Tech.
right.
But I'm gonna tell you what's going on, and we're gonna go to like it's we're gonna go dig deep into this. All right, check out all the black quarterbacks they praise in order: Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, and
Mm-hmm.
I love Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, who he is. Some people say he a lame. Let that man be him.
I ain't got no beef.
Let, let that man be him. Well, for what? He's a good dude, man.
Yeah,
He's from Richmond, Virginia. Good dude. You know what I mean? Black father, white mother. This very spiritual family. Let him be him. We gotta stop as people, saying something's lame because you don't subscribe to that. Let
right,
that man be him. The best version of him.
right,
That's all. But look at Russell Wilson, and you see how they look, because everything's visual.
right.
Yeah, you got these players equality, yeah, but it's when you talking about these, you gotta remember it's old money controlling these football teams.
Of course, man.
Or I was Jay Z and them or Steph Curry, they would let them buy the Panthers. They purposely blocked them from buying the Panthers. You
Of
do
course.
know that, right? They had a team together. It
That's a
was
whole.
Jay Z, Steph Curry, and a few other people. They got like they can't get that man, and even them they ain't got that million dollar extra man.
Mm.
They play that, and guess if they would sell the Redskins, I bet jail whatever them would try to get that, and they would get blocked some more.
Oh yeah.
It's old money running football, new money running basketball now, but it's old money running football. So they block. If they don't want you in their little boys club, they're not gonna let you.
No.
Now Kraft might try to get talk for him because him and Jay Z are cool now or whatever like that. But that's pandering if you ask me. But
Right.
that's a different story. But we got you got Mahomes, Russell Wilson, and you got Deshaun Watson. Deshaun doesn't look threatening in a lot of people's eyes, but he on some crazy stuff. Now, when it's smoker's fire, and I was totally on his side, but come on now, 20 it's 26, but it's still 24. There's 26 come out of 66. First of all, why you got 66 women coming to your house?
Yo,
And
they
homegirl said you gotta watch the company that you keep.
right.
It was like she used to, the massage or whatever. She was like, "Yo, you got too much. I can't be around. You got too many people, different people running in and out." And he was talking about now every time he care about giving a massage, bro. You're a puzzle piece to $1 billion franchise, right? Why is you having all these females to your house every day? And you couldn't have you. I couldn't. So if they was going to do that because you allow these people too much access to you,
Yeah,
and I think the Texans knew that and they helped in that because they could use that old money. They could use that to advantage in case he wanted to act up and be like, I don't want to be here. And soon he don't want to be here. 2 days later, all these acquisitions came. So pretty much but it backfired now. Now they got to face a disposition too.
right.
So yeah, they play those type of games and be petty you don't want their services anymore, and they upset. They was gonna do that. What do you think? And he didn't want to go to no damn Cleveland, but Cleveland threw him the house and the kitchen sink and the car.
Yep.
Why not? Talk about I want to send my career at Cleveland. Yeah, you want. You'll say anything to let them people pay you that bread. Well, Lamar is an MVP, and then they'll say, well, that's 2 years ago. So what? Ain't nobody done it unanimous. There's only one other person.
Yo, they still bring up Aaron Rodgers for MVPs, man. They still bring up his
And
four.
he was about to get another one last year till he got injured. And he gets injured doing what y'all want him to do.
That I'm glad you said that. He stay injured. Stay injured.
You know? Lamar gets injured doing what y'all, the people, want him to do.
I
If
wouldn't
he
even call
just
it.
play his game, he wouldn't be injured.
I wouldn't even call it injured though, bro, because it was a bone bruise, and
It just,
he could have came back each and every game, but Lamar clearly didn't want to, or they didn't want him to, because why come back right now if we look like we not at full strength with all these injuries already?
he'd
What
be in the
point?
playoffs.
Yeah,
He'd
what
be in the
point?
playoffs bullshitting so they could say something else to you and get it done again.
Exactly. Why limp into the playoffs?
But
So
then what's called was marvelous. Like I know somehow was saying I know Lamar getting hooked. I honestly thought we were going to the Super Bowl. That
last
was the quote. Was it Andrews?
last year.
No, he said it on Marlon podcast.
And I'm with you. I'm saying like he was saying like last year, like last season, he thought we were.
With this past season,
Wow.
it was like if Lamar, it was Bateman said it.
Okay.
It was Bateman.
Yeah.
So he was just like, that's the bro, whatever. This my time.
Right. Right. Right.
He got dog mentality.
Yeah,
That's
man.
how Steve Smith was.
Right.
Let that dog come out
Yeah.
because you throwing the ball for the game. He had all those catches, 10 straight catches without a drop.
He had honestly, if I remember correctly from reading the article, he only had two drops all last season.
Hmm.
Bateman only had two drops.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's a dog. You gotta give him his credit, man. He's a dog. The Prochet's a dog because he don't hardly drop nothing.
Yo, quick bit about Prochet. When I came down to Texas, bro, I didn't know nothing about no fucking SMU. I only know about
Yeah,
because of Cortland Sutton because I was watching the draft that year and he was drafted pretty high. And even then, I'm like, what the fuck is an SMU? I never even heard of this school. Who the hell gets drafted that early? Next following year, I'm at I'm at there, whatever the case may be, and they didn't have a stellar team after Cortland Sutton. Not that they had one before, but
yeah.
seeing them play like I think Bowden Jr., Lynn Bowden, I think his name Lynn Bowden Jr. and the other guy, I think he played for the Redskins right now. Not the Redskins, the Commanders. I forget his name, but they was on Buffalo. They were on the Buffalo college team, and I remember watching the games throughout the season that year. Uh, Again, nobody was elite like that on a team, and the only person that kept making plays and kept winning the games for them was Prochet. Damn near on offense. So he was the number one wide receiver for them, and he was that short making big plays like that. I'm talking about leaping for the ball, jumping over people. Like his highlights is,
When you look at him, he's cut, he's chiseled
yeah,
too.
yo, bro, I shook this man's hand, dog. And I didn't think his hands was that big, but like his hand overpowered my fucking hand just off shaking. I'm like, damn, no wonder. You know what I'm saying? Now it makes sense and shit. But I had no clue he was gonna go to the Ravens. And when he did, I said, yo, are you kidding me? Like, what are the odds of that? So I went back and was watching the games again before he played that season. I'm like, yo, we got somebody on our hands right here.
That's something.
We got somebody on our hands right here, man.
Let him play the slot. And see, I'm gonna be honest. Hollywood is a slot receiver.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's just not built for it.
Yeah,
Mentally, he ain't built for it. But he's a
that's what
slot
he.
receiver.
That's what he admitted.
He could have been a top five receiver in the league just out the slot
That's what he.
because his speed can get him out open touchdown. But he need to come across that field like he did at Miami game. Nick coming, he don't want to do it. Then
He
that's
need.
his game.
He need two girls to do that. Two girls that to be at the game to do that. I don't know if you heard about that, but that was a thing. They said it was a rumor that he had the one games. I don't know if it was both of them, but I know one of the games he played at Miami, he had two girls come to the game, and he had that big game. I'm like, bro, if that's what it takes for you to have a big game, bro, you so like you said, immature, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who's like, come on, my nigga, like,
Also, he just like he just like to show off. He like hot dogging, huh? Yeah, he like hot. Well, he cream of the crop, huh? He like hot dog.
yeah. Oh man, damn. My homie, I think they, I don't know if they kicked him out. I don't know if they kicked us out, but uh, I hope y'all fuck with the stream, man. Uh, it's Fresh Life stream, the same Eyehorus Taurus stream, but shouts out to y'all, man. Ravens Flock, Ravens Nation, man. We gonna catch y'all on the next one. It was a pleasure being on here, man. I'm glad to rap with y'all, Ravens Flock, Ravens Nation, man. Y'all be safe. Catch y'all on the next one, man.